When a former racing legend, Sonny Hayes, living in the twilight of his career, is convinced to return to the racetrack to help a struggling Formula One team and its young hotshot driver Joshua Pierce find success, Sonny sees a potential opportunity for one last shot at regaining his former championship glory. But the journey is not smooth sailing, especially with Joshua less than impressed by his aging teammate, which all makes for fierce competition, adrenaline, and the high-speed, nail-biting spectacle of Formula One race car driving in the high-octane action drama F1.
So you like straight talk?
Straight as an arrow, no sugar.
Why are you here, Sonny? When you look in the mirror, you see this rough and tumble, old school cowboy. Doesn't take orders, goes his own way, huh? A lone wolf.
The young rising star driver of the Apex Formula One team is Joshua Pierce, played by actor Damson Idris, star of the long-running FX television series Snowfall and Netflix's Outside Wire. Playing opposite Brad Pitt in the role of Sonny Hayes, and with Damson reflecting a representation of what the world today knows drivers to be, the two characters of Sonny and Joshua strike a stark contrast between the old and new worlds of Formula One.
Hi, Judita De Silva, Arise Play Nigeria. My first question is for Damson. The way yours and Brad Pitt's characters are presented in this film, we see the clash and the contrast of generations. So yours is more the young, hip, social media engagements-driven personality, and he is the old school bootstrap grind contrast. But then, ironically, in the era we live in Formula One, while that Brad Pitt speaks to the Schumachers and Damon Hills, your character is more representative of what we know of Formula One drivers now. So when you were playing him, were you mindful that even though you're the antagonist to Brad's protagonist in the beginning, you don't want to inadvertently cast a negative light on those kinds of drivers that you are representative of as a character?
Oh, all the time. That was the biggest goal of mine. I wanted to be respectful to every driver. Even the drivers who are shown as the villains in the press, I wanted to be respectful to them too. And they were also accommodating. And we actually went to a driver meeting before filming, me, Brad, Joe, and Jerry, and we sat down with all of them. We explained to them what we were hoping to achieve. And they explained to us about how it is, you know, and how, you know, they'd be able to catch out any of the BS that was in the and they definitely held us to a high standard. And because of that, I think it worked out perfectly. And when you talk about protagonists and antagonists, I think the beauty of playing Joshua for me was that I wanted him to be someone not only that audiences relate to, but that they also root for alongside Sonny Hayes. I think that's the best way that the movie worked. By the end of it, you know, both these guys, you want both of them to win, but you know, they both can't win. You know, and that is the drama and the heart of the film, I think.
Well, I've news for you. Formula One is a team sport. It always was. Listen, let's get this straight. We all lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure. None.
The brilliant lead designer and engineer of the Apex team is Kate McKenna, played by actress Kerry Condon, star of the films Night Swim and The Banshees of Inisherin, which earned her an Oscar nomination. Kate McKenna has to contend with testosterone-driven drivers with big egos, high expectations to design a winning car for a losing team, a demanding boss desperate for success, and not to mention a burgeoning romance with Sunny behind the scenes.
And for Kerry, like from the outset, we see that your character is capable. She's highly intelligent. She's in a position of authority. But what I really liked is that the way you played her, you still captured all the beauty and the delicacy of a classic female romantic lead, but you never betrayed the qualities that make her so formidable as an engineer in a male-dominated environment. So what was your process for pitching your performance just right so that you could evoke all those emotions we ascribe to romance and femininity, but still not make her seem too two-dimensional and credible as what she is as an engineer?
Oh, thanks so much for noticing that. I kind of hoped someone did. So basically, like I went to an all-girls Catholic school growing up, and I kind of thought that if this person went to an all-girls school, that when you do that, you don't have a lot of experience with men or dating, basically, till you leave. And so to get to Formula One, you have to study so hard. You have to be really, really like intelligent. So if somebody's in college and studying all the time, I was like, well, she's probably not out at a nightclub like chatting up guys a lot. So I kind of thought it would be interesting to play a shyness and a sweetness. Also because Sonny's character in the pub, she's like, oh, I know all about your ex-wives and your girlfriends. So I was like, so this guy's has loads of women. So why is he going to fall for Kate? There has to be something about Kate that he's not, that makes him feel safe or different or something. And I thought, what if she's just very sweet? What if she's like, and that led me along that line of, I'd play it like, yeah, like somebody who's not a lot of experience, around guys in that way.
The only question here is, why did Sonny Hayes come back to F1?
I think it's really wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
It's all right. You just wait. I'm quicker than you.
You're making a mistake, thinking that I'm just going to be some grateful kid who'll bend the knee to an old-timer.
I never should have pulled you into this.
Down the inside, contact!
The movie finds its roots in being true to the world, the people, and the experience of F1, with features, contributors, co-producers, and executive producers from within the industry. Director Joseph Kosinski, known for the immersive cinematic experience he created in films like Top Gun: Maverick, was able to create an immersive environment for the production so that Damson, Kate, and Brad were able to learn as much as they could about the elite sport from the people within it, while still fulfilling the goal of making an entertaining movie for the audience to watch.
And for both of you, starting with Damson, when you did this film, Lewis Hamilton and all the drivers of Formula One, they kind of opened the doors for you to step into their world to make this film truly authentic and immersive as much as you could be. But as actors, you know you're making a movie. So where do you draw the line between making authenticity take a secondary seat to just doing your job and making really great entertainment?
When I was driving 180 miles per hour on the racetrack. Right around 179, I was like, I'm an actor.
Why am I doing this?
Very quickly, you understand why these are the greatest drivers of all time. You know, when you're in that machine, and every second in it, I was instantly reminded that these stakes are very high. So it was important to always stay safe. And I really just, I wanted to get out alive so people could watch the movie.
It's interesting you say that. That was such a factor for me in my mind of at a certain point, like my job starts, and I'm allowed to have my own sort of taste. And so I was lucky. The lady from Formula One, Bernie Collins, who helped me, she kind of knew when to back off and when to give me enough information, and she naturally had that intelligence. But sometimes people would try maybe and be helpful, but it would be a little bit like maybe like too much information, like unnecessary information, and it's just sort of knowing when to politely articulate that it's okay, I'm not going to actually build a car. It's okay. You know, I think it's more, I think it kind of knowing how to do it in a polite way, because everyone's trying to be helpful too, you know? So just, yeah, knowing what's needed for the actual scene as opposed to, you know, in real life, what you would need to know.
Well, bravo to both of you. So enjoyable to watch. And, you know, you did a great job. Entertainment was there in abundance. Thank you for talking with us.
Bless you. Thank you so much.
That's the other driver. You say he was old. He not that old. That's a handsome man right there.
What's he doing? Plan C. Be ready.
Just got hope for some lucky breaks.
Hope is not a strategy.
Anything else, Professor?
Drive fast.
Ever seen a miracle?
Not yet. How do you think I'd feel if you die on the track?
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.